The holiday season is here, bringing with it cozy nights, festive vibes, and plenty of time to relax and unwind. If you're a true crime enthusiast looking for something to sink your teeth into, we've got you covered. Whether you're curling up with a cup of cocoa or taking a break from holiday shopping, there's no better time to dive into the gripping world of true crime. From chilling mysteries to shocking real life tales, we've rounded up the top true crime documentaries to keep you glued to your screens. Here's our ultimate list of must watch documentaries to stream right now. 1. Chris Brown, A History of Violence. Chris Brown shocked the world in 2009 when news broke of his violent assault on then-girlfriend Rihanna, leading to felony charges and a plea deal that included community service, probation, and counseling. Yet, this high-profile incident was only the start of a troubling pattern. As part of ID Network's No Excuse for Abuse campaign, this documentary takes a closer look at the many allegations against Brown over the years, exploring his decade-long history of abuse and examining how he managed to sustain his career amidst ongoing controversy. Watch Chris Brown, A History of Violence on Max and Investigation Discovery. 2. The Menendez brothers amid the buzz surrounding Ryan Murphy's monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story. The Menendez brothers are finally sharing their side of the story for the first time in 3 decades. This Netflix documentary revisits their shocking 1989 crime, the killing of their parents, Jose and Kitty Menendez, and their claims of enduring years of abuse. Featuring exclusive audio interviews with Lyle and Eric recorded from California's Donovan Correctional Facility, the film offers fresh insights into the high-profile trial that captivated the nation. Watch The Menendez Brothers on Netflix. Furthermore, Peacock original docuseries connects the infamous Menendez brothers murder case with the story of the iconic 80s boy band Menudo. Decades later, former Menudo member Roy Rosselló shares his own harrowing experience with Jose Menendez, offering new revelations that could support the brothers' long-standing allegations. Watch Menendez plus Menudo, Boys Betrayed on Peacock.
The morning after Christmas, 5:52 a.m., when her mother called 911 saying her little girl had been kidnapped out of her bed and a ransom note left in the house.
3. Cold Case, Who Killed JonBenet Ramsey? On the morning after Christmas in 1996, 6-year-old pageant star JonBenet Ramsey was tragically found dead in the basement of her family's home in Boulder, Colorado. Ramsey revisits the flawed investigation by the Boulder Police Department and examines how media sensationalism shaped public perception. The documentary explores various suspects, including JonBenet's parents, Patsy and John Ramsey, shedding light on the complexities of this enduring mystery. Watch Cold Case, Who Killed JonBenet Ramsey on Netflix.
Christmas Eve, I got a call from Scott. Lacey's missing. Have you talked to her today?
4. American Murder, Laci Peterson, and explores the devastating case of Laci Peterson, who vanished just before Christmas 2002 while 8 months pregnant. Months later, her body was found, just a day after the remains of her unborn son, Connor, were discovered. Although he maintained his innocence, her husband, Scott Peterson, was convicted of her murder in 2004. This 3-part docuseries offers a deeper look into Laci's life and tragic death, featuring rare interviews with her mother, Sharon Rocha, and Scott's former mistress, Amber Frey. Watch American Murder, Laci Peterson on Netflix.
Hi guys, I'm Melanie. I'm Miranda, and we're the Wilken sisters. So today is my sister's birthday, and we're not, I don't even know where to start. We're not allowed to contact her, and it's really sad because we're blocked on absolutely everything. So whenever we try to say anything, like I even just commented on a video today, instantly blocked. So it's just been really hard to deal with, and we really don't know why.
5. Dancing for the Devil, the 7M TikTok Cult. As TikTok faces the threat of a US ban, Netflix unveils a gripping three-part docuseries that exposes a disturbing side of the billion-dollar app. Directed by Derek Doneen, Dancing for the Devil, the 7M TikTok cult recounts the harrowing story of young dancer Miranda Wilken. What began as a career move with the management company 7M spiraled into involvement with a religious cult led by Robert Shin. Shin faces serious allegations, including abuse and pressuring members to sever ties with their families. Watch Dancing for the Devil, the 7M TikTok cult on Netflix. 6. Cyber Sleuths, the Idaho Murders. On November 13, 2022, 4 University of Idaho students were found stabbed to death in their off-campus residence, igniting the curiosity of an amateur TikTok sleuth team led by at Chronicles of Olivia. Determined to uncover the truth, they scoured digital evidence, visited the crime scene, shared their theories online, and analyzed police statements. This 3-part docuseries on Paramount Plus places the team at its center, exploring whether their efforts helped or hindered the investigation. Watch Cyber Sleuths, the Idaho Murders on Paramount Plus. After serving 8 years of her 10-year prison sentence for her role in the killing of her mother, Gypsy Rose Blanchard was granted early release on December 28, 2023, thrusting her story back into the public eye. In a revealing 6-part docuseries, Gypsy Rose opens up about her life in a tell-all interview conducted before her release. As a survivor of relentless abuse, this docuseries chronicles my quest for liberation and my journey through self-discovery, she says in the trailer. I am unapologetically myself and unafraid to expose the hidden parts of my life that have never been revealed until now. Watch the prison confessions of Gypsy Rose Blanchard on My Lifetime. 8. Making Manson. Think you know the story of Charles Manson, one of America's most infamous cult leaders? Think again. Peacock's gripping 3-part docuseries offers an unprecedented glimpse into the mind of Manson himself, featuring 20 years of previously unheard recordings. In these candid conversations, Manson reflects on his crimes, his harrowing upbringing, his troubled youth, and his unfiltered perspective on the notorious Manson family that carried out his orders during the 1969 killing spree. Watch Making Manson on Peacock.
Do y'all know Alec Murdoch? That's his son.
9. Murdaugh Murders, a Southern Scandal. In June 2021, Margaret Maggie Murdaugh, 52, and her son Paul Murdaugh, 22, were discovered murdered at their family hunting lodge, unraveling a web of corruption hidden behind the Murdaugh family's prestigious legal dynasty in South Carolina. This 2023 docuseries delves into the shocking legacy of the Murdaughs, uncovering connections to multiple homicides, financial fraud, and other alleged crimes. In a chilling twist of timing, shortly after the series premiered, Alex Murdaugh was convicted of Maggie and Paul's murders and sentenced to 2 consecutive life terms in prison. Watch Murdaugh Murders, a Southern Scandal on Netflix. 10. Keep Sweet, Pray and Obey. This 4-part docuseries delves into the rise and fall of Warren Jeffs, the disgraced former leader of the Fundamentalist Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, FLDS. Featuring first-hand accounts from survivors and ex-members of the polygamous group, the series exposes Jeff's crimes, including marrying up to 78 wives, 24 of whom were underage, and orchestrating the abuse of women and children. The LDS Church has clarified that the FLDS is not affiliated with the broader Latter-day Saint community. Jeff's reign of terror ended with his arrest and conviction. Watch Keep Sweet, Pray and Obey on Netflix. 11. Madoff, the Monster of Wall Street. Bernie Madoff spent decades orchestrating one of the most infamous Ponzi schemes in Wall Street history, defrauding global investors out of billions of dollars. Netflix's 2023 docuseries takes a deep dive into the life and crimes of the man behind this colossal financial fraud, unraveling the intricate web of deception that went undetected for over 20 years. Watch Madoff, The Monster of Wall Street on Netflix.
He did it, but how?
There's no forensic evidence. There's nothing to tie him to the murder.
12. Face to Face with Scott Peterson. After finishing American Murder, Lacey Peterson on Netflix, head to Peacock for Scott Peterson's first on-camera interview since 2003, presenting his perspective on the events. It includes an exclusive video chat with the former Modesto, California fertilizer salesman who is now serving a life sentence without the possibility of parole. Watch Face to Face with Scott Peterson on Peacock. 13. Perfect Wife, The Mysterious Disappearance of Sherry Papini. In November 2016, Sherry Papini vanished during a morning jog, only to reappear 3 weeks later with an implausible story of being abducted by two unidentified Hispanic women. Her claims puzzled investigators for 4 years until the shocking truth emerged. Sherry had staged her own kidnapping. This 3-episode Hulu docuseries unpacks the case, featuring interviews with key individuals, including her ex-husband Keith, who shares his perspective for the first time. Watch Perfect Wife, The Mysterious Disappearance of Sherry Papini on Hulu. 14. Tell Them You Love Me. Tell Them You Love Me explores complex themes of power, race, and disability through the controversial case of Anna Stubblefield, a white former college professor who professed her love for a nonverbal black man with cerebral palsy. The relationship sparked outrage when the man's mother argued he was unable to consent, leading to a court case in which Stubblefield was convicted of 2 counts of sexual assault and sentenced to prison. However, the conviction was later overturned after it was determined she had not received a fair trial. Watch Tell Them You Love Me on Netflix.
Where's my sister? They know where she is, and I want them to speak up.
15. I Am Vanessa Guillen chronicles the events following the 2020 murder of U.S. Army soldier Vanessa Guillen, whose death drew international attention amid allegations that she had been repeatedly harassed by a supervisor. This 2022 documentary includes interviews with Guillen's family and highlights their relentless pursuit of justice, which ultimately led to the passage of the I Am Vanessa Guillen Act. This landmark legislation reformed how harassment and assault cases are handled within the military. Watch I Am Vanessa Guillen on Netflix.
If you make a deal with the devil, he's not going to show up as the devil.
16. Dirty Pop, the boy band. Scam boy bands dominated the 90s, and Lou Pearlman was the mastermind behind some of the biggest names, including NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, and O-Town. While he orchestrated their rise to fame, he also exploited them, shortchanging their earnings. This 3-episode docuseries explores Pearlman's meteoric rise and dramatic fall, which culminated in his guilty plea to charges of conspiracy, money laundering, and other crimes before his death in 2016. Featuring interviews with industry insiders like Chris Kirkpatrick and AJ McLean, the series sheds light on the darker side of pop stardom. Watch Dirty Pop, the boy band scam on Netflix. 17. Capturing the Killer Nurse. In 2003, ICU nurse Charles Cullen admitted to killing at least 40 patients across multiple hospitals, a crime he nearly got away with. The 2022 documentary Capturing the Killer Nurse offers a gripping behind-the-scenes look at how investigators built their case against him. After watching, dive into the equally haunting dramatization, The Good Nurse, starring Eddie Redmayne and Jessica Chastain. Watch Capturing the Killer Nurse on Netflix. 18. The Beauty Queen Killer, 9 Days of Terror. In 1984, over the span of 6 weeks, Chris Wilder embarked on a cross-country killing spree, targeting aspiring models and murdering 8 out of 12 of his victims. Now, 40 years later, survivor Tina Risico speaks out for the first time to share her ordeal with the Beauty Queen Killer in this three-part docuseries from ABC News Studios. Abducted at just 16 from a California mall, Tina recounts her harrowing 9 days of captivity, enduring unimaginable torture and witnessing Wilder's horrific crimes firsthand. Watch The Beauty Queen Killer, 9 Days of Torture on Hulu.
Once you kill another human being, you'll never be the same person again.
19. Mastermind, To Think Like a Killer. True crime enthusiasts intrigued by the psychology of killers will find a compelling perspective in Mastermind, Think Like a Killer. Executive produced by Dakota and Elle Fanning, this documentary highlights the remarkable work of Dr. Ann Burgess, a psychiatric nurse turned FBI specialist. Her pioneering techniques revolutionized the profiling and apprehension of serial offenders, leaving a lasting legacy in criminal investigations. Watch Mastermind, To Think Like a Killer on Hulu. 20. Quiet on Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV. Since Janet McCurdy's 2022 memoir, I'm Glad My Mom Died, exposed the toxic culture of Nickelodeon and the darker side of child stardom, more whistleblowers have come forward with additional insights into the children's TV network's behind-the-scenes operations. This 4-part docuseries, with a bonus episode released on April 7th, features former child stars, including Drake and Josh's Drake Bell and Zoe 101's Alexa Nicholas, along with crew members as they reflect on their experiences working with producer Dan Schneider. The series sheds light on inappropriate behavior both on and off screen and uncovers the untold stories of abuse faced by child actors. Watch Quiet on Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV on Max 21, American Nightmare. In 2015, when Aaron Quinn reported the seemingly unbelievable abduction of his girlfriend Denise Huskins to the police, he was quickly labeled the prime suspect. However, the case took a shocking turn as both law enforcement and the media shifted the blame onto Denise, accusing her of staging a Gone Girl-style hoax. This 3-part docuseries, American Nightmare, delves deep into complex issues such as victim blaming and the significant flaws in the criminal justice system. Watch American Nightmare on Netflix. 22. Chowchilla, featuring exclusive interviews with survivors, the 2023 documentary from CNN Films, and Max explores one of the most bizarre mass kidnappings in history. In Chowchilla, California, 3 masked men hijacked a bus carrying 26 schoolchildren, demanding a $5 million ransom. They then transported the children in soundproof vans to an underground chamber where they were buried alive. Watch Chowchilla on Max.
I still don't have concrete answers.
Somebody's not telling the truth.
23. The Curious Case of Natalia Grace. It's a story that left the world stunned. This ID documentary series follows Michael and Christine Barnett, the seemingly perfect couple who adopted a young Ukrainian girl with dwarfism, Natalia, and later accused her of being an adult pretending to be a 6-year-old. In the second season, which premiered on January 1st, the saga takes new twists as Natalia opens up about her traumatic experiences with her adoptive parents and confronts Michael face to face. Watch The Curious Case of Natalia Grace on Max 24. The Matthew Shepard Story, An American Hate Crime. In honor of the 25th anniversary of Matthew Shepard's tragic death, ID Discovery's 2-hour documentary pays tribute to the life and lasting impact of the gay college student who was brutally attacked. His senseless murder sparked a nationwide conversation about the discrimination and violence faced by many LGBTQ Americans. The Matthew Shepard Story, An American Hate Crime, features interviews with journalists, Shepard's loved ones, and influential figures deeply moved by his story, including Rosie O'Donnell, Andrew Rannells, and Adam Lambert. Watch The Matthew Shepard Story, An American Hate Crime on Max 25. Hulu's scripted series The Dropout chronicles the real-life rise and fall of Elizabeth Holmes. Holmes is the Theranos founder and CEO whose ambitious healthcare technology ultimately endangered millions of patients. Watch The Dropout on Disney+. As we wrap up, we'd love to hear from you. Which documentary have you watched, or which one are you planning to watch next? Which story intrigued you the most? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. Stay safe out there.